So how important has it been that you've been able to pull forces together?
Huge, huge. I mean, it's like cross-contamination.
Yeah.
We're better together.
Absolutely.
we need to unite and use both platforms to be able to speak, in solidarity with one another, and then to use the time to talk about things that are really, really important. Experiences that we've all had individually and experiences that we've heard from other women that we want to share with the world, and if we can use our platforms to be able to share them, then I think it's really valuable, and it makes such a difference.
I'm really proud to bring you along tonight, you two, because this is a real moment of change that is completely inspiring, and I actually didn't think I'd see it in my lifetime, which is kind of pessimistic of me, but it's a moment where women are coming together, and men, and they are actually addressing equality, abuse, and trying to end it, and there's an incredible just energy around it, and a night like tonight, I'm incredibly proud to be here. I'm incredibly proud to be wearing black to support the women around the world who've suffered from abuse, and these women as well. I'm just so proud to be here with you all. It's a great moment.
Okay, ladies, eyes this way, please.
I'm not the reason everyone's wearing black, but I did send a lot of annoying emails to people. I was that person, very annoying person, but it's all for the right cause, so I'm proud to have been a part of it.
We're just communicating now. This is all just communication. The real work has to be done once people are starting to think about it and talk about it in their homes, talking about it. I mean, I know I haven't stopped talking about this since it all started. And so now the conversation is out there, and it's just a question of maintaining that conversation and moving it from a conversation to action.
Yes, and it's truly important, but what we mustn't do is just talk amongst ourselves. We have to talk with the men as well. It's men and women, whatever gender, whatever religion, whatever persuasion or background, and I think tonight is the beginning about talking about solidarity as a whole, as a collective. And yes, we're focusing on the gender rights here and where women have been wronged appallingly, but it's part of a much bigger conversation that is about us as storytellers telling stories that reflect everybody.
I think what's super important is that this industry should be open for everybody. There should be more diversity, and there should be gender equality in all aspects. And anybody who misuses their power in any kind of bullying way, I think is so wrong.
I think it's a wonderful start. I think it's really important to remember that majoritively the people on the planet are women, actually. There's more women. There's lots more of us. And so it'd be nice to see that reflected more accurately in entertainment and in every industry, because we're such minorities in some industry and there's such majorities in other industries. There's really a lack of balance. I think it's a great start.
I think we've been listening, which is quite the right thing to do at this stage of the conversation. I think there's the hope. It's been shocking and staggering to hear all of these extraordinary stories, and quite horrifying. And you just hope that it's the beginning of a sea change in attitude, and you feel that films can do wonderful things. They can tell stories about all sorts of people. They can make you have empathy for all sorts of people and see the world through different eyes. But it tends to come off one perspective, and there seems to be one sort of viewpoint on the world that you hear again and again. And if this can be the start of a conversation of not just changing attitudes in the workplace, but changing the nature of the workplace to be more representative, and the sort of stories we tell to be a bit more representative, then I think that can only be a good thing.
How
have you been involved in the conversations?
I've been involved by either donating to the legal aid and just trying my best to be there. It's been very busy for myself, haven't been able to meet up with everybody, do the meetings, but I know that they are happening. They're gathering the troops and everybody's coming together to talk, discuss ideas. Emma Watson and her team have been reaching out to us, you know, bringing everything together. Everyone's just been in such great support for this movement, and I'm really proud to be a part of it.
In the lead up to this, I've been in conversations with everyone, and in fact, Gemma Arterton, she was here a second ago. She very much kind of led the way as far as I was concerned. But beyond this, actually, the conversations just happen day to day, and I think it's good that we're having the conversations. I'm really proud of our generation for talking about it and for leading the charge. So yeah, I'm proud to be here and wearing the badge.
We're working with a lot of grassroots women's organisations as well, trying to kind of expand things past the entertainment industry, because abuse is everywhere and power imbalance is everywhere. And so for me that's really, really exciting, because it's sort of, you know, we're just actors. If we can find a way of working with everybody, that would be really something very powerful, because there are women in all industries. You know, your industry, working in Ford's, there was a lot of gender imbalance there. Cleaners have it really, really bad. There's a lot of abuse. So, you know, we're working with a lot of grassroots women's organisations to kind of expand this out. It's amazing what the film industry are doing with the BAFI and the BAFTA guidelines, which is all about basically being a good person, being conscientious and changing the culture of abuse and power imbalance in our industry. And I think I'm very proud that the film industry are being so proactive.